Okay. Come in.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Tara. Come on in.
I'm Sky. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So I just wanted to, before we begin, go over some confidentiality. Do you know what that is?
I don't know. Maybe I've heard of it.
Okay.
Can you explain it?
Yeah, sure. So confidentiality is something we do at Patrick Group Home. We just kind of do a little. Essentially, just means we keep everything that you say private to us, unless you're at risk of harming yourself or others. A minor is at risk for harming themselves. We suspect abuse is happening.
Does that mean you're not going to tell my parents what's going on?
No, I don't have to do that, no.
Okay.
Or if the court calls me, and then if the court calls me, I have to reveal my records to them. But under any other circumstances, what is said in this room stays between us.
Okay.
Sound okay with you?
Yeah, that sounds fine. I just really don't want my parents to know.
No, that's understandable. It's a safe place to talk, and we can talk through some stuff together. So I just want to ask you to sign this little slip. Just means you understand confidentiality, and then we can kind of go forward. So right here, where the X is. Awesome. Thank you, Sky. And I'll sign it. Perfect. Alright. So what brings you into my office today?
I've just been feeling like a lot of anxiety since the second wave of COVID. I feel really scared to leave my house all the time because I'm afraid I'm going to get sick. And I don't know what to do. I'm afraid of touching anything. I'm afraid that I'm going to pick something up. Even being here today is really scary.
Yeah, well, that's really awesome that you came in, and
they told me that you tested negative, so
yes.
I thought it would be okay.
Yeah, no, I think that's really good that you came in. I hear that you're making some big steps, and I think I hear a lot of fear, but I think we can work through it together and hopefully give you some coping strategies to deal with it. So can you walk me a little bit through the last little while about when you do go outside and go in public, what it's like for you?
Well, I have to start by smoking a bit of weed because that helps me calm down and get centered and really be okay. And then I'll go to the store, and by the time I get there, it's already I'm feeling really anxious, and then I'll go in and try to only touch what I'm buying and be really cautious about it. And then when I get home, I come back and I smoke some more weed.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is you just have currently a routine. So currently you'll smoke weed before you go, and then you'll do your activity or your errand and then come back, and then to decompress almost, if that would be fair to say, you smoke some more weed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So have you ever, I guess, what I want to offer to you is maybe, have you ever heard of mindfulness?
Isn't that like meditation?
Kinda. Would you be willing to try a mindfulness activity with me?
Sure.
Okay, awesome. So what I like to suggest to people is I use it myself sometimes when, sometimes the world feels really overwhelming, and it kind of helps us ground us and gives us a little more perspective and kind of distracts us sometimes, and so we're able to come back to a situation after. So the first thing we do when we're doing this activity, it's essentially just making us more intact with our senses, so more aware and grounding us within our bodies, kind of. So I call it the 5 senses breakdown or countdown, however works for you. So the first part of it, we do a nice big deep breath, so I'll do it with you if you want. Perfect. So the first thing we do is we list 5 things that we can see.
I can see you.
Mm-hmm.
I can see the cabinets behind you.
Perfect.
I can see your chair. I can see my hand.
Mm-hmm.
I can see my phone.
Awesome. So the next thing we do is we go to 4, and then we also do 4 things that we can touch.
I can touch the table.
Mm-hmm.
I can touch my phone case. It's really smooth. Mm-hmm. I can touch my jeans. Mm-hmm. And I can touch my chair.
Awesome. All right, and the next thing we do is we do 3 things that we can hear.
I can hear the sound of the fridge. It's making little noises in the background.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear the sound of cars going by outside. Mm-hmm. And I can hear my own voice.
Okay, good. And then the second thing we do is we do 2 things that we can
smell.
Exactly.
Smells like someone's lunch, maybe? Maybe they heated it up in the microwave before this meeting.
Yep.
And it smells a little bit like garbage.
Okay, yep. I should probably take out my garbage, yep. And then the last thing we do is we do one thing that we can taste.
Well, I can taste this mint that I've been sucking on.
Yeah, all right. And then we're going to end it by taking one big deep breath. All right. So, how do we find this?
I feel like that was a lot to remember. I don't know if I'm going to remember which one goes where and which one goes where.
Well, actually what I usually offer is I have a little card that people either on their phones or they can take a little card if they want and then just leave it on their to have it with them, so whenever they're wherever they are, whether you're on the street or in the grocery store, the mall, in school, you can always just have it available to you. So I can give you one of those if you want to take a picture of that.
Yeah, I feel like that solves that problem.
Awesome. All right. There you go.
Thank you.
Awesome. So how do you think it would help you in maybe the grocery store? How?
When there's like a lot of people around, especially in the produce section, there's like people coming from every direction because they don't have any arrows on the floor.
Okay.
So I think maybe I could step off to the side and do it, and then it would be easier to go back and finish the rest of my shopping.
Awesome. Yeah, that would work. Yeah, I'm just kind of. Do you think that there's anything that would help you to incorporate that? Like anything you would want to incorporate that you feel like would help you more?
I don't know. I really want to like stop smoking so much weed. So maybe I'll try to do it before I go to the store instead of smoking weed.
Okay. We could do that. And then we can always touch base next week at your next meeting. And then we can kind of see how it's going, and maybe if it does, we could try a different mindfulness activity, or we can continue practicing this one and then figure that out.
Okay, I feel like that's a lot to remember, but maybe if you have another card with the next one.
Yeah, no, for sure. I always have cards for them. I feel like I don't have the best memory, so I always like to have little reminders and refreshers, so I can always provide those to you if you need.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And did you want to do the same time next week?
Yeah, let's do the same time next week.
All right. So let's do Saturday at 9 a.m. on the 21st.
Okay.
Awesome. So I'll give you this little card. There you go.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I'll try to work on that mindfulness activity.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. See you next week.
See you next week.